Hi all, very good morning. Welcome to Chandan English YouTube channel. This is Joshra. In this session we are going to discuss set number 11. Already set 10 has been completed and today I am going to discuss set number 11 for RRB Group D General Science MCQs. Okay, so this session is having 25 MCQs and these 25 MCQs are from different concepts and different MCQs. So these MCQs were not repeated in the previous sessions. Each and every student from starting to ending, don't even miss a single MCQ. Why? Because you can't estimate where does these questions comes from. Okay. So let's start the session. Which of the following has the dimensional formula m power 0, l power 0, t power minus 1? Acceleration, velocity, force, momentum. So this question has been come in RRB NTPC CBT 1 2025 April. Okay. Shift number 1. So if you know the answer, mention it in the comment section, students. So for sure you are going to get these type of MCQs in RRB Group D examination. Okay. So they will give like the dimensional formula. You have to mention it. This dimensional formula is related to which physical quantity, you have to mention it. Okay. Before solving these type of dimensional formulas, first of all we have to know the definitions. If we know the definition, automatically we can know the formulas. Okay, automatically we will know the formulas, and through that formulas we can find the units of that formulas, and easily we can write the any dimensional formula of physical quantities. Okay. So at first, what do you mean by acceleration, students? Acceleration is nothing but rate of change of velocity over time. Okay, what do you mean by acceleration? Acceleration is nothing but rate of change of velocity over time. Now what is the units for velocity? We all know that units for velocity. Velocity is nothing but what, students? We all know distance by time. Okay, distance by time is the velocity formula. Now what are the units for distance? Meters per seconds. Okay, so meters per second by what are the units of time? Second. That is equal to meters per second square. Okay. So here there is no mass. Okay, there is no a length. Okay, so the length is there. So what is that? So if we look at the dimensional formula, so t power minus 1. So we can't, it is not related to acceleration. When we look at the acceleration is coming like t power minus 2. So this is not the correct option. Second one is velocity. We have already find that what are the units of velocity? Units of velocity is equal to distance by time. Distance by time means, what is this distance by time? Here it is coming t power minus 1. Okay, fine. Okay, so what they have given? M power minus 0. M power 0, L power 0, T power minus 1. Okay, so this can be applicable as it is M power 0, L power 0, T power minus 1. So force, what are the units of force? Units of force is Newton per meters. Newton per meter. And what are the units of momentum? Okay, momentum is rho is equal to mass into velocity. Mass into velocity, that means kg. Mass into velocity. M power 1, velocity is nothing but distance, no? So L power 1, there is no time. Okay, T power 0. So this is nothing, this is not. So option B is the correct answer. Why? Because velocity, what are the units of velocity? Okay, velocity is distance by time. So we have to get T power minus 1. In all these definitions, which is having T power minus 1? Velocity. So that is the dimensional formula for this velocity. M power 0, L power 0, T power minus 1. Okay, done. Next question. A ball is dropped from a height of 45 meters. What is its velocity just before hitting the ground? So actually these type of questions are also in the previous year's MCQs. Okay, it has repeated in RRB ALP CBT 1 2024 September 14, shift 3. Very important model. Okay, for RRB Group D General Science, this model is very important. In each and every set you are going to look this type of MCQ, right? So what are the given values, students? They have given h is equal to 45 meters. Okay, and g is equal to 10 meters per second square. Now what we have to find? We have to find what is its velocity just before hitting the ground. Okay, you have to find the initial velocity. We have to find the initial velocity. Okay, so from this what we can find, students, we all have a formula. What is that? V square minus u square is equal to 2gh. From this what you will get? V square minus 0 is equal to 2gh. So V is equal to under root 2gh, and under root 2 into what is g? 10, and what is height? 45. Okay, so under root 900. So what you will get, students? 30 meters per second square. Very, very important model. Okay, so these type of model problems are very, very important for RRB Group D General Science. Okay, so remember this model, students. They will give the height, or they will give the mass of a ball, and they will ask you to find the height, or they will ask you to find the final velocity. In that cases, potential energy will be equal to kinetic energy, or if we consider Newton's law of motion's formula, we have to take V square minus u square is equal to 2gh. Okay, you can do it in two methods. I think V square minus u square is equal to 2gh. It will be very, very easy to solve. Okay, so what is the answer? 30 meters per second square. Next question. The SI unit of force is Joule, Newton, Watt, Pascal. So what do you mean by force, students? Force is nothing but, okay, what do you mean by force? Push or pull of a body. Okay, push or pull of a body, we call it as what, students? Force. Okay, and what is the general formula for force? What is the general formula for force? Mention your answer in the comment section. And what are the units of force? We all know that Newton per meter. Okay, what are the units of force? Force is nothing but pushing or pulling of body. Okay, and the units of force are Newton per meter. So what is the answer? Sorry, Newton. Okay, units of force are Newton. So this is the answer for this question. Okay, how many types of forces we have? Just two types of forces: contact forces, non-contact forces. Contact forces are nothing but example frictional force. So what do you mean by frictional force? So this is an object and this is another object. So when these two objects are moving closer to each other, so when this object hit this object, so what happens, then some friction force will be applied there. So that type of force is known as what? Friction force. And the next one is, next example is non-contact forces. The best example for non-contact force is gravitational force. Even though there is no contact between the body and the gravitational pull, this body will always attracted to this gravitational force, and that force is known as non-contact force, and even magnetic force. Magnetic force is also known as non-contact force. And Joule is the unit for energy. Joule is the unit for energy, work done and heat. Very, very important, students. Okay, and Watt, it is the unit for power. Pascal, it is the unit for pressure. Okay, it is the unit for pressure. 1 Pascal is equal to, if they ask you in bars, 1 into 10 power 5 bars. Okay, and what do you mean by pressure? Actually, pressure is equal to force by area. Pressure is equal to force by area. We all know that what is the unit for force? Newton. And what are the units for area? Meter square. That means 1 Pascal is equal to 1 Newton per meter square. This is also another way to solve this units. Okay, very, very important, students. For sure you are getting one, you will get one question from units, dimensions and measurements. Okay, either they may ask from different types of measuring instruments, or different types of dimensional formulas, or different types of units. For example, what are the units of amount of substance? Mole. What are the units of intensity of light? Candela. Okay, so magnetic density. What are the units of magnetic density? Mention your answer in the comment section. Okay, next question. Kinetic energy of a body of mass m moving with velocity v is mv square half mv square mgh half mgh. So this question has come in RRB Technician Grade 3 2025 February 15. Okay, so remember, students, how the questions are framing. They are very, very easy. So 10th class level. So if you focus very well and if you learn, if you practice very well, you can easily crack RRB Group D examination. Why? Because all the questions are 10th class basis. Okay, you all know what do you mean by kinetic energy, students? Kinetic energy is nothing but energy possessed by virtue of its motion. Energy possessed by virtue of its motion, we call it as kinetic energy. Energy possessed by virtue of its position, we call it as potential energy. Energy possessed by virtue of both kinetic and potential energy, we call it as mechanical energy. Very, very important. Okay, as per the Bernoulli's equation, what does this Bernoulli's equation tell us? Okay, the pressure energy, potential energy and kinetic energy, okay, is constant. This is what Bernoulli's equation. What does the Bernoulli's equation say, students? In a fluid, pressure energy, kinetic energy and potential energy remains constant, and that equation is known as Bernoulli's equation. Very, very important, students. They may even ask you the definition, or they will give the formula and they will ask what is the name of this equation. So what is the name of that equation? When the pressure energy, potential energy and kinetic energy are constant, that equation is known as Bernoulli's principal equation. Very, very important. Okay, and what is this, students? Kinetic energy is equal to half mv square. Okay, so what is the answer? Option B is the correct answer for this question, where m is equal to mass, v is equal to, okay, velocity. So there are some cases. So in RRB Group D, how the questions are like related to potential energy and kinetic energies, generally they will ask. So a person is throwing a ball which is having m mass. So he is throwing the ball at a certain height. After reaching the peak state, okay, so it will be again fell down. So what is the velocity? What is the initial velocity? These type of questions will be asked. So in that cases, what are the options is that, okay, potential energy will be is equal to kinetic energy. So that is very, very important keynote to be remembered. So those type of problems will only be asked. Okay, next. The frequency range of audible sound for humans is 20 Hz to 20 kHz, below 20 Hz, above 20 kHz, 0 to 10 Hz. RRB NTPC undergraduate CBT 1 2025, recently July 12th, this question has been asked. Okay, so as of now I have explained this many times. Okay, human hearing range will be between 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz. Okay, so what are the infrasound sounds? Infrasounds are nothing but if the sounds are below 20 Hz. If the sounds are below 20 Hz, we tell it as what, students? Infrasound. If the sounds are above 20,000 Hz, we call it as what, students? Ultrasonic sounds or ultrasounds. Okay, so what are the infrasounds? Which organisms emits infrasound? Okay, infrasounds will be emitted by like elephants, seismic waves, earthquakes. Okay, earthquakes, these are like which emits infrasounds which are less than 20 Hz. And ultrasounds are nothing but which are above 20,000 Hz, this will be emitted by bats, okay, dolphins, communication, sonar devices, okay, very, very important. Okay, what do you mean by sonar, students? Sound navigation and ranging. Okay, sound navigation and ranging, this is very, very important device. Okay, what is the use of this device, students? This device will be used, okay, it will emit ultrasound, and that ultrasound will let us know to find the distance, direction and location of the fishes family. Very, very important. It will also use to find how much distance the sea level is from the surface of the water. What is the name of that device? Sonar device. Okay, and what is the answer for this question, students? 20 Hz to 20 kHz. Okay, very good. Next question. Chandan Logic's 6th anniversary Dhamaka sale is going on, students. So you can get any course at the rate of just 99 or 299. So depends on the course. Okay. 0 to hero complete course you can get it only for 899. You can get the classes from arithmetic, reasoning and advanced maths, both in English medium as well as Telugu medium. SSC CGL special batch complete course is available on our Chandan Logics apps. Now you can get this course only for 2700. Okay. Special offers are going on. You can get any course at the rate of 399 only. Railway exam complete courses are also on offer, students. Okay, on the occasion of 6th anniversary, we are going to give huge discounts on each and every offers. 3 months validity, you can get it only for 1799, 8 months 2999, 12 months 5799. Utilize this offer, students. Okay, next question. 3 resistors of 6 ohms each are connected in parallel. The equivalent resistance is. So they have given 3 resistors, they are having the equal resistance. That means R1 is equal to, R2 is equal to, R3 is equal to 6 ohms. Now they are asking you to find them. They are connected in parallel connection. They are all connected in parallel connection. In parallel connection, voltage is same. In series connection, current is same. But in parallel connection, voltage is same. In parallel connection, if any of the circuit breaks, the current will be passed in the next branch. Okay, that is the advantage of parallel connection. So what is the equivalent resistance formula in parallel connection, students? 1 by R equivalent is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. So if you solve it, what you will get? 1 by 6 plus 1 by 6 plus 1 by 6, that is equal to 3 by 6, 1 by 2. So what is the answer, students? R equivalent is equal to 2 ohms. Very, very important type of models these are. These model problems are very, very important. So they might ask in series connection or they might ask in a parallel connection. If they ask in series connection, R equivalent will be is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. If they ask you in parallel connection, this is the equation. Sometimes they will ask in both the series also, both the connections also. So one is connected in series and the other is connected in parallel. So these types of questions will be also asked for SSC CGL level. Okay. Next, magnetic field lines emerge from south pole, north pole, center of magnet, equatorial line. Now tell me, students, you all know what do you mean by magnetic lines? If there is like magnetic lines only, there will be magnetic strength. If there are no magnetic lines, there is no magnetic strength. Okay, so these magnetic lines actually they emerge from which pole or which equator? Tell me, students, very, very important. Each and every students who are in the live session, once all of you click the like button and share it to your maximum strength. Okay, and not only that, till now who has not yet liked the session, once all of you click the like button. So tell me what is this answer, students? So the answer is that actually this is a current carrying conductor. Imagine this is a current carrying conductor. So this is north pole and this is south pole. The magnetic lines emerge from the north pole and it will be entered into the south pole. Okay, and again it will be taken from the south pole and entered into the north pole. Actually it is a closed continuous loop. Magnetic lines forms closed continuous loops. They emerge from the north pole and enter into the south pole, and again from the south pole it is going to be emerged into the north pole. So this happens in a continuous manner and forms a closed loop. These are known as what, students? Magnetic lines. Okay, so what is the answer for this question? North pole. And remember one thing, students, if the magnetic lines are closer to each other, if the magnetic lines are like crowded, we tell us that there is highest magnetic strength. If the magnetic lines are closer, very close to each other, we can conclude that there is a high magnetic strength. If the magnetic lines are far away from each other, so there is less magnetic strength. Remember this point, very, very important. Okay, actually the magnetic lines emerge from where? North pole, and they will enter into the south pole, and again from the south pole they will enter into the north pole. So this is actually a continuous closed loop. Okay, very good. Next question. The conversion of vapor to liquid is called evaporation, condensation, sublimation, ionization. RRB technician grade 3. Now tell me what is the answer for this question, students. Each and every students who are in the live session, once all of you click the like button. Okay, and what is this question? So this type of questions are also very, very important. First of all, you have to know what is what. Okay, there are many processes, students. So first process is deposition. Deposition means what? The process of conversion from gas to solid state. Very, very important. Remember, students, deposition. Deposition means what? Deposition means gas to solid. Gas to solid. Next, sublimation means solid to gas. Solid to gas. Next, evaporation means what, students? Liquid to gas. Liquid to gas. Next, condensation means gas to liquid. Gas to liquid. Next, ionization means what, students? Removing of ions from loosely packed electrons. Removing of ions from loosely packed electrons, we tell is that what? Ionization. Now tell me what is the answer for this question. So the conversion of vapor to liquid is called condensation. Very, very important. And not only these, students, so we have to remember conduction, convection and radiation. This is also very, very important concept. Why? Because this chapter is related to that chapter. You have to remember those three things also. What do you mean by conduction? What do you mean by convection? And what do you mean by radiation? Just I will explain you. Just remember. Okay, if there is a contact, for example, so I am boiling a vessel. So if the spoon is in contact with that vessel, so what is happening here? As there is a contact between the hot surface and a object, so what happens? This hot surface will transfer the heat to the object. So that phenomena we call it as what, students? Conduction. And what do you mean by conduction? In the similar way, okay, I am boiling the water. Okay, I am boiling the water. At first, the water starts getting boiled at the down. So that hot water, it will be travel to the upper layers of the water and it will be heat them also. So this type of mode of heat is known as what, students? Convection. And what do you mean by radiation? Radiation is nothing but if we are feeling like hot, if we put our hands near the like a gas stove, so we feel warm, right? Actually, there is no contact between the fire and our hands, but we are feeling warmth. Due to what? Due to radiation. Did you understand this? Very, very important concept. Know the difference between conduction, convection and radiation. Conduction, the heat transfer takes place when both the objects are in contact. Convection, the heat transfer takes place in the fluid. Hot molecules, the hot liquid will catch up the cool liquid. So this type of phenomena we would call it as convection. And radiation, even though there is no contact between the both the bodies, the other body feel the warmth of the hot body. So that phenomena we call it as reduction. Okay. Next question. The largest cell in the human body is nerve cell, ovum, RBC, muscle cell. RRB NTPC CBT1 recently July 2025. Now tell me, students, which is the largest cell in our body? Okay, actually that largest cell, it is having 0.1 mm volume and 100 to 150 mm diameter. So which is that? Tell me, students, what is the answer for this question? Each and every student who are in the live session, once all of you click the like button and mention your answers in the comment section. Very good, very good. Okay, the largest cell in the human body is ovum. So where does this ovum? Ovum is nothing but, okay, it will be released from the female reproductive organ. It is released from the ovaries, and ovary is the female reproductive organ. That is the, okay, ovum, it is the largest cell in the human body. Okay, so its volume will be, ovum volume will be approximately 0.1 mm, okay, and its diameter will be 100 mm to 150 mm. So it is the largest cell in the body. And nerve cell is the longest cell in the human body is nerve cell. Its length is approximately 1 meter. Okay, its length is approximately 1 meter. As it is having very less diameter, we do not call it as the largest cell, we call it as the longest cell, nerve cell. And finally RBC. RBCs are a very small cells in our body which is having a diameter of almost 7 to 8 mm only. And muscle cell we call it as what cells? Myocytes. Okay, they are also very small cells. Okay, so which is the largest cell in our human body, students? Ovum. Its volume is 0.1 mm and its diameter is 100 to 150 mm. Nerve cell, it is not the largest, it is the longest. It is wider in length, but the diameter, it is invisible. Okay, done. Next question. Pollination by wind is called anemophily, hydrophily, entomophily, ornithophily. Now tell me, students, very important question. This question has been asked in RRB Group D 2018 October 10 shift 3. Now tell me, pollination by wind. Actually, what do you mean by pollination, student? The transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma. Okay, the transfer of pollen grains from male flower to the female flower, that is from anther to stigma, we call it as what, students? Pollination. Okay, and the like organisms which are doing this pollination process, we call them as pollinators. Okay, fine. So there will be different types of pollination process, like either by wind, either by water, either by insects. Okay, entomophily. Now tell me, what is the answer for this question, students? Each and every student, wait a minute. So what is the answer, students? Very good. Pollination by wind, it is known as anemophily. Okay, pollination by wind, we call it as what, students? Anemophily. So we all know, how can we know this is anemophily means? You all know what is the instrument which is used to measure the wind speed? Anemometer. That means pollination by wind is, even though if you do not know this answer, the wind speed is you measured by anemometer. That means pollination of winds is also going to be done by this anemophily. Okay, hydrophily means pollination by water. If the transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma takes place in the presence of water, we tell it as what, students? Hydrophily. Ornithophily means by insects. Okay, by insects we tell it as what, students? Ornithophily. Then what is this entomophily? Mention your answers in the comment section. What do you mean by entomophily? Okay, know it and put your answer in the comment section. Next question. The gap between two neurons is called axon synapse dendrite node of Ranvier. So this question has been asked in June 25, 2025 RRB NTPC CBT1. Very important question, students. So what do you mean by neuron? Actually, it is a nerve cell. Okay, how the nerve cell will be? So I will draw a diagram. Just imagine it is a like a nerve cell. So this is the cell body. Okay, here are the dendrites. Just imagine, here are the dendrites. Okay, and this is the axon. Okay, axon, and here are the dendrites. Okay, so this is the another cell. See, this is one neuron and this is one neuron. Okay, this is one neuron and this is one neuron. Look at this diagram. So here are the like terminals. Here are the like terminals. So these terminals, axon terminals, are connecting to the another neurons dendrites. So the gap between them is known as what, students? Synapse. Very important. Okay, this neuron is transmitting some signals to the beside neuron. How? Through a gap which is known as synapse. How it is going to be done? The axon terminals are going to be connected to the dendrites of the next neuron, and the gap between them is known as what, student? Synapse. Very, very important. So this is the soma. Soma is nothing but what, student? Cell body. These are the dendrites. These are the dendrites, and here is the axon. Very, very important, students. Okay. Actually, the signals from the soma, it will be taken into the dendrites. From dendrites it is going to be axon, from axon it is going to be the axon terminal. Okay, done. Next, so what is the answer for this question, students? Synapse. Next question. Assertion. Picture plant is an insectivorous plant. Reason, it grows in nitrogen deficient soil. Both A and R are true, R explains A. Both true, R does not explain A. A true, R false, A false, R true. So there will be some plants, students. How the plants will be like? So it will be in this manner. Okay, it will be in this manner. And it consists of some teeth-like structure. Some teeth-like structure. Okay, so what happens? What happens when the insect lied on this? So this will be closed. This plant will be closed. So these type of picture plants are considered as what, students? Insectivorous. Why? Because, okay, when the insect lie on that plant is going to be closed. Why it is closing, students? Even though it is performing photosynthesis process, this insectivorous plant, it is lacking nitrogen. Okay, you all know what is the use of nitrogen for the plants, nitrogen fixation process. Okay, this insectivorous plant, picture plant, it is having a deficiency of nitrogen. In order to get nitrogen from the insects, it is it is eating the insects, but not that is performing photosynthesis. It is performing photosynthesis, but it is lacking nitrogen. For that purpose, it is eating the insects. From insects, it is taking the nitrogen. Okay, that is why they are considered as insectivorous plants. Okay, insect eating plant. What is that plant? Picture plant. Actually, why it is eating insects? To take nitrogen from that insects. Okay, so what is the answer? Both A and R are true, and R explains A. Very good. Okay, next question. A convex mirror is used as a rear view mirror in vehicles, shaving mirror, magnifying glass, telescope object. I have discussed about this convex mirror, concave mirror many times. What do you mean by convex mirror, students? Concave mirror. Concave mirror means concave mirror converging. Concave mirror converging. Convex mirror diverging. Convex mirror diverging. Convex lens converging. Convex lens converging. Concave lens diverging. So know this, very, very important. So actually we use what type of mirrors in vehicle, students? For the rear views and for the distant objects to be visible. What type of mirrors we will use, students? Convex mirrors. And those convex mirror, okay, they will be like rear view mirror in vehicles. And shaving mirror we use concave mirror. Why? Because they are converging. Okay, telescope objective also we will use concave mirror. Okay, magnifying glass we will use cylindrical lens. Clear? Done. Next, SSC exam complete course is available on our Chandan Law exam. Bank exams 2026 complete course is also available on our Chandan Law exam. Bank SSC RRB combo course is also available. 100 degrees centigrade is equal to how many degrees Fahrenheit? In order to solve these type of problems, first of all we have to know the relationship between Celsius, Fahrenheit and Kelvin. So what is the general equation relationship? C by 100 is equal to F minus 32 by 180, that is equal to K minus 273 by 100. Okay, here we have to convert Celsius to Fahrenheit. So this is enough. C by 100 is equal to F minus 32 by 180. Okay, already they have given the value of C. C is equal to 100. So by solving this, 100 by 100 is equal to F minus 32 by 180. So here they are cancelled. So 180 is equal to F minus 32. So F is equal to 180 plus 32. So what will be the answer, students? 212 degrees Fahrenheit. Very, very important model. In order to find these type of problems, first of all, you have to know the relationship between Celsius, Fahrenheit and Kelvin. Okay, next question. The value of G is maximum at value of G. What do you mean by G, students? G is nothing but acceleration due to gravity. Okay, equator, poles, mountains, sea level. Actually, this is our earth, right? So this is our earth. Here is the north pole and here is the south pole. Here is the equator. Okay, here is the equator and this is the Tropic of Cancer, Arctic Circle, Tropic of Cancer, Arctic Circle, Tropic of Capricorn, and this is the Antarctic Circle. So this is our globe actually. Equator will be at the middle. So at the place of equator, the earth is going to be bulge, and at the place of the poles, our earth will look as flat surfaces. Okay. Now how can you say that? Okay, we have a relation. Okay, G is equal to gmr square. That means acceleration due to gravity is inversely proportional to the radius, square of the radius. Okay, you have a formula, acceleration due to gravity is equal to gm by r square. So from that formula, we came to the conclusion that acceleration due to gravity is inversely proportional to the square of the radius. That means if the acceleration due to gravity increases, radius decreases. If the radius decreases, acceleration due to gravity increases. Now tell me, students, at the equator, the radius will be higher. Okay, at the equator, the radius will be more, and at the poles, the radius will be less. If the radius is less, so acceleration due to gravity will be more. Okay, so what is the answer here? Poles. Okay, so at the equator, the radius is more. If the radius is more, as per this formula, as they are inversely proportional to each other, if the radius is more, acceleration is less. If the radius is less, acceleration is more. So where is G is maximum? At poles. Very, very important. Clear? Next. Assertion. Insulin is a hormone. Reason, it regulates blood sugar level. Both A and R are true and R explains A. Both true, R does not explain A. A true, R false. So this question has been asked in RRB NTPC CBT 1, August 18, 2025. Recently asked question, students. So look at this question. Already I have taught you 12 sets I have taught. So how you are feeling? How is your feeling? Are you able to are you able to solve this type of MCQs? Tell me, students, what is the answer for this question? Very good, very good. And the answer for this question is both A and R are true and R explains A. Why? Because we have already dealt with this type of MCQs many times. Insulin was secreted by pancreas. Insulin was secreted by pancreas. It acts as a dual gland. That means it acts as an endocrine gland as well as exocrine gland. Endocrine glands are nothing but they secrete hormones. Exocrine glands are nothing but they secrete enzymes and sweat. Okay, these pancreas, it will secrete pancreatic juice. It will secrete pancreatic juice. And these pancreatic juice will have the enzymes like proteases, lipase, amylase. Amylase will digest the carbohydrates, lipase will digest the fats, and proteases again consist of trypsin, chymotrypsin. These both will digest proteins. Okay, so here is the story of this pancreas. Insulin will be secreted by whom? Pancreas. These will regulate the blood sugar levels of human body. Okay, next. The tissue responsible for movement in our body is epithelial tissue, muscular tissue, connective tissue, nervous tissue. Now tell me, this is also recently asked question in RRB Technician Grade 3, 2025 February 19. Okay, today I am going to discuss complete PYQ, students. Okay, now tell me what is the answer for this question. Actually, how we are making movements due to the movement of water. Which tissue is responsible for the movement in our body? Tell me, how we are able to do movements? How many types of muscular tissues we have? How many types of muscles we have? Very good, muscles. Okay, how many types of muscles we have, students? Involuntary muscles, involuntary muscles and voluntary muscles. Involuntary muscles and voluntary muscles. Involuntary muscles means what is that? Like smooth muscles, cardiac muscles. Smooth muscles and cardiac muscles, and voluntary muscles are muscular muscles. That means what? Smooth muscles is, the smooth muscles are present in our stomach. So without doing anything, they are doing their work. That means they are doing their digestion. The contraction and relaxation has been going without any movement. Okay, it is going on involuntarily. But voluntarily means I want to take something, so I have to give movement to my hand, so that only I can pick that object. So these type of muscles are considered as voluntary muscles. Okay, very good. Next, the movement of plant parts towards water is hydrotropism, geotropism, phototropism, thigmotropism. Now tell me, here we have come up with a new word, thigmotropism. So try to tell what do you mean by thigmotropism. So we have already dealt with hydrotropism, means the plants react to water. Phototropism means if the plants react to light. Chemotropism means if the plants react to chemicals. Then what do you mean by this thigmotropism? Okay, you have to learn this. Today you are going to learn what is entophily. What do you mean by entophily and what do you mean by thigmotropism? You have to learn it. Okay. And what is the answer for this question, students? Hydrotropism. If it reacts towards water, it is hydrotropism. If it reacts towards gravity, it is geotropism. If it reacts towards light, it is phototropism. And what do you mean by thigmotropism? Try to know it. What do you mean by thigmotropism? Know it. Mention your answer in the comment section. Deficiency of which vitamin causes scurvy? So this question has been asked in 2025 recent August 8 RRB NTPC. Vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin A, vitamin B. Tell me, what is the answer for this question? Wait a minute, students. Tell me. Okay, in general, how many vitamins we have, students? In total, we have 13 vitamins. Fat soluble vitamins, water soluble vitamins. Fat soluble vitamins are A, D, E, K. So these fat soluble vitamins will be digested, okay, will be like absorbed by fats which are present in our body. Water soluble vitamins are vitamin B complex and vitamin C. Okay, vitamin A, retinol, vitamin B1, thiamine, vitamin B2, riboflavin, vitamin B3, niacin, vitamin B5, pantothenic acid, vitamin B6, pyridoxine, vitamin B7, biotin, vitamin B9, folic acid, vitamin B12, cyanocobalamin. Okay, vitamin C, ascorbic acid, vitamin A, retinol, vitamin D, calciferol, vitamin E, tocopherol, vitamin K, phylloquinone. You have to learn in this manner. Okay, so even you have to know the deficiencies of the vitamins also. So which disease is caused by which deficient vitamin? This is also very, very important. Okay, so what is the answer for this question, students? Scurvy, vitamin C. What do you mean by scurvy? Bleeding in gums. Okay, next. Which hormone is known as the fight or flight hormone? Thyroxine, adrenaline, insulin, estrogen. RRB technician grade 3. February 21, 2025 shift 2. So see what I have explained in the previous sets, those questions were asked in the RRB exams also. Okay, so if you look at any exam, almost all the concepts which I have explained, you can have a touch on that. Okay, what is the answer for this question, students? Fight or flight, adrenaline. So adrenaline hormone is released by adrenal gland. So it does not, it only Okay, it also releases a hormone known as cortisol. Okay, and estrogen, this estrogen is a female hormone which will be released after puberty. Okay, which will be released after puberty for the breast development, etc. Okay, insulin was released by pancreas gland for blood control, for blood sugar regulation. Thyroxine is a hormone which is released by thyroid gland for the regulation of metabolism. Okay, next. Malaria is caused by, so this question has been asked in RRB NTPC CBT 1, June 22, 2025. So look at these questions, students. The MCQs which I have explained already in the previous sets, those questions are also asked in the previous. Okay. So what is the answer for this question, students? As I discussed in the early sessions, malaria is caused by a protozoa. Malaria is caused by a microbe. What is the name of that microbe, students? Protozoa. These protozoa, what is the name of that? Plasmodium vivax. So three types of plasmodiums are there. Plasmodium vivax, plasmodium something. So actually Plasmodium vivax. So these plasmodium, it will be entered into our bloodstream to the livers. Okay, when Anopheles mosquito bite our human body, this plasmodium will directly enters into our livers and it will affect our RBCs, and in RBCs the single cell is going to be multiplied and it will release a poisonous substance known as hemosin. Okay, that is very dangerous substance. Okay. So virus, due to virus, what are the types of diseases? Because chicken pox, coronavirus, and bacteria, TB, okay, TB, typhoid, etc. Next, fungus means ringworm, ankle foot. So these are the different types of diseases which were caused by the different types of microbes. Okay. Next, the vaccine for tuberculosis is BCG, DPT, MMR, OVP. This question has been asked in RRB NTPC CBT 1, June 26, 2025. So tell me, students, what is the answer for this question? What is the answer for this question? Actually, tuberculosis, TB. Okay, this TB, it will be affected which part of our body? Lungs. Okay, it is also caused by a bacteria. The bacteria name is known as Mycobacterium. Mycobacterium tuberculosis. These bacteria will enter into our body and it will affect our lungs. So the person will become TB. Even this tuberculosis, it is a spreadable disease. It is a contagious disease. Contagious disease means it will be spread from one person to another person. If a person who is suffering from TB, if he sneeze or if he his droplets, if his mouth droplets are in air, and other persons will be affected with this TB. It is a very dangerous disease. Okay. So what is the answer for this question and what is the vaccine for this TB? BCG. Okay. Very important. And what are the tests to perform HIV/AIDS? ELISA test. And what is the test performed to DPT, diphtheria? This DPT, diphtheria. What is the treatment for diphtheria? Serum test, serum type method, serum test. Okay, for HIV/AIDS. Viral test for typhoid. Viral test for typhoid. And cholera. How can you identify cholera, students? By examining the fecus, by examining the fecal matter. Okay. Next. Rusting of iron is an example of physical change, chemical change, reversible change, endothermic change. RRB NTPC February 2022-2025 shift 3. This question has been asked. Now tell me what is the answer for this question, students. Rusting of iron. Rusting of iron is nothing but the iron is going to be turned into reddish color due to the presence of the oxygen and moisture. Okay, due to the presence or due to the attack of oxygen and moisture on the iron, that iron is going to be turned into reddish layer. Okay, that is what's in ferric oxide. If the iron is going to be reacted with the oxygen and moisture, that iron, it is going to be converted into ferric oxide. Okay, actually is it a physical change or a chemical change or a reversible change or endothermic change? What do you mean by endothermic, students? Endothermic is nothing but heat is absorbed. Exothermic is nothing but heat is released. Okay, so what is this answer, students? It is a chemical change. It is not a physical change. It is a chemical change due to the presence of, if the iron reacts with the oxygen and moisture, so a reddish color layer will be formed on that iron, and that is known as what, students? Rusting. Okay, next. The chemical name of bleaching powder is calcium oxychloride, sodium chloride, calcium carbonate, sodium hypochlorite. Now tell me, this question has been asked in RRB ALP CBT 1. Okay, if the dry slaked lime, that is CaCOH, if we pass chlorine gas into, so what you will get, students? CaOCl2. So this is nothing but what? Bleaching powder. If a dry slaked lime, okay, if a dry slaked lime, on that dry slaked lime, if we pass chlorine gas continuously, the product which we get is bleaching powder, CaOCl2. It is calcium oxychloride. So what is this sodium chloride? NaCl. It is a like a table salt or common salt. Table salt, common salt. If it is in aqueous solution, it is a brine solution. Calcium carbonate, CaCO3. Okay, next, sodium hypochlorite. So these are all the things. So what is the answer for this question, students? CaOCl2. Okay, and what is the formula for washing soda? Sodium carbonate, Na2CO10H2O. So this is the formula for washing soda. This is the formula for washing soda. Okay, done. Next. The modern periodic table is based on atomic number, atomic mass, valency, density. So actually, Mendeleev periodic table was discovered in 1869. So at that time, that Mendeleev has only discovered 66 elements, and he has not yet discovered where to place the noble gases. He has no idea of inert gases. Okay. Also, he has not found like electron affinity, electron negativity, electron positivity. These all terms were not known to Mendeleev. Okay. So there are many drawbacks in Mendeleev periodic table. So in the upcoming days, in 1915 or 1912 to 1915 around, Henry Moseley is the person who discovered the modern periodic table. Mendeleev has classified the elements based on their atomic mass. Remember, students, Mendeleev classified the elements based on the atomic mass, and Henry Moseley, who discovered the modern periodic table, he classified the elements based on the atomic number. Okay, based on the atomic number, he has classified the elements. So as of now, we have 118 elements. Okay, the elements which are on the left side of the periodic table, metals, the elements which are on the right side of the table, non-metals, and the middle we are having 7 metalloids. Okay, so what is the answer for this question? Since based on the atomic number, Henry Moseley, okay, Henry Moseley has discovered the modern periodic table based on the atomic number. Atomic mass, who? Mendeleev. Okay, Mendeleev have discovered based on the atomic mass. Okay. Telangana High Court Special Batch complete courses available on Chandan except UPSC CSAT complete courses are also available. APPSC TGPSC SA Constable courses are also available on Chandan except APPSC TGPSC Group 2 courses are also available on Chandan except APPSC TGPSC Special Batch complete courses are also available. Bank exam complete courses are also available on Chandan except UPSC CSAT complete courses are also available. Single subject courses are also available on Chandan except. Okay, each and every course classes will be explained both in English language as well as Telugu languages. Okay, so you are having very huge discount, students. Please call to the number which is scrolling on the screen. That's all for today. Let's meet in the tomorrow morning session in Chandan Loik's English YouTube channel, and let's meet in the Chandan Loik's main channel in the evening session. Okay, bye students, take care.